Hello everybody, I'm Tirak, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Starfleet Command Orion Pirates Plus mod. In the last episode, we once again proved that ups and downs seem to be the norm. We managed to bully the Klingons a little bit, but then the Orion Pirates came along and kicked our butt quite a bit too. We lost the USS Green and had it replaced with the USS Powell, which, from our perspective, is a bit of an upgrade, because it's got superior weapons. So we're going to keep on plodding on and maybe get a little bit far away from the core worlds because they're proving to be infested with powerful pirate cartel ships, and we seem to be kind of alone out here as our ships head off to the borders to fight the war against the Klingons and the Romulans over here. You can see here that the Klingons have actually pushed forward into the neutral zone a bit, taken some control. So despite the fact that we're flying still a frigate, we probably are going to want to get stuck in there. Probably going to be more allies and, quite frankly, a little less dangerous for us. So, we've patched up the Powell after the last fight where we got ambushed by two heavy cruisers. And we're going to start heading towards the border. Lots of good stuff around us, so hopefully that will keep us protected. I'm scared now. We got a dreadnought, two light cruisers, a heavy cruiser. This might backfire horrifically on us. Hopefully not, but you never know. Reports indicate there's been a freighter wreck in the sector. So there will be a freighter wreck. And if we can get to it first... Oh, okay, never mind. So this is one of the few non-combat missions in this game. So there was a freighter wreck, and it has left around it these container boxes. Inside them is spare parts, which we can beam in. I think, anyway. That's what it used to be, anyway. Let's ask our communication officer, what do we do? Kill anybody who gets in the way. Salvage anything worth salvaging. So we can blitz around at a maximum speed, and just sort of paying attention to what they got. This mission is going to be pretty boring, frankly, and I already took the time to fully stock up on everything. So there's no point in being here. So our first mission heading out to the border ended up being completely pointless. So we'll do a quick flyby, head right back out of system because I don't see anybody else here. And that should be either easy prestige or just zero-sum game. Let's see what command says. 300 prestige, and all we did was we showed up and we left. Those missions are rare. Take them while you can. We're going to avoid this dreadnought because that dreadnought can really ruin our day. And here's a shipyard here on the front line. This would be a battle station. If we were to take this, we would then move to an area that was empty, and we would get a accept or reject mission. If we accepted it and accomplished it, we would be able to plant the base station there. We're not going to do that, because it's a waste of our time. The fast cruiser. But there's no missions here. We'll keep on rolling on, hunting for something. And boy did we make a mistake. Both of these are going to be hard. So the planetary assaults require us to take it over with Marines after extensive orbital bombardment. An asteroid base attack is to kill the asteroid base. We are not having a lot of luck with our missions this campaign. We keep getting thrown into the deep end on them. So we gotta find an enemy, then find its base and kill that. If we're lucky, it's going to be a light asteroid base and won't be particularly dangerous to us. The problem with that is the last asteroid base that I tackled, I had photon torpedoes and was able to sit outside his range and just bombard him. That's not quite as good of an option with plasma torpedoes because they dissipate outside of a range of about 10. Fighting the Klingons once again. Then again, we are right on the border. Let's see what kind of frigate he is. Please be something light. Won't be an easy to kill. Okay, not horrible, not great. He is packing the crappiest phasers in the game. The Phaser 2 is, in my opinion, worse than the Phaser 1, or the Phaser 3, because it costs the same amount of energy as the Phaser 1, but it's not as accurate and it doesn't deal as much damage, and it's not as long ranged. So it's a waste of power, as far as I'm concerned. He's going to probably have a scatter pack to throw our way. So we're going to go to our shuttle conversion menu and prep a Wild Weasel. That costs us a point of energy to charge, and once it's charged, we'll be able to dump it out, and any seeking weapon launched while it's out there will go after it and not us. Now on the bright side, our plasma torpedoes are really, really hurting. So if we hit him with them, he won't last many rounds around. Light skirmishing fire from long range, not dealing a whole ton of damage to us. He's got to drop down in speed because he wants to charge him again. And we'll prep just the torpedoes. Fire silos! These are fake torpedoes. They don't actually exist. Haha, he took the bait. So now we're going to select everything except the torpedoes. Because he's vulnerable.
High energy turn.
And we're going to lay into his rear. Boy, did we mess that up. So we had a huge advantage, and my failure in timing has now put us at an extensive disadvantage. Because I've got to turn on this guy to get my torpedoes on him. He's way more maneuverable than I am. So that means we'll dump a line. Got a shot through, got a couple of shots through. Damaged one of our phasers, but he probably doesn't have any more of those. So we had a bright green shield, which is a pretty powerful shield, and we blasted right through it with our plasma torpedoes. Blasted through it, dealt some damage. Notice he's traveling a lower speed. He's lost both of his forward firing phaser 1s, or phaser 2s. So he's hurting a bit. And he's going to be reluctant to turn his front to us because he's got no shield there. He's going to want to get this corner on us. Our forward shields, however, are in great shape. Sort of going to encourage him to be afraid of us. Another hit on through. And at this point, it's just going to be a little bit of a slow waiting game. Plasma torpedoes, they pay for how much damage they do by the fact that they take forever to charge. That was my mistake. I need to have some tractors set up. That actually is going to cost us a lot. Because now our shields are pretty heavily damaged. Should have been thinking about that. Now we don't want to fire our plasma torpedo flying directly away from him, because that will make it much less effective. And we hit the wrong button. Okay, so no more defender, but we are pretty heavily trashed. Fix that, fix that, fix that, fix that. So now we gotta find his asteroid base. We'll check off in this direction. If I had been smart, what I should have done was I should have paid attention to which direction I was flying at when I started. This was to our left when we were flying by it. Science.
Diverting power to sensors.
Deep scan. This will increase our sensor range by 33%. There it is. We shut off the deep scan and it's gone. The longer the deep scan is on, the more power that it draws and the further your range gets. We're going to plod on towards this base. He's already launching at us at maximum range. Probe him to see what he's got. He's already hitting us at maximum range. Let's see what he's got. 4 phaser 4s and 3 phaser 3s. Now, if I were really good at this game, what I would be able to do is have a photon torpedo equipped boat, sit at maximum range, and just plow him until he finally died. That's actually the strategy I normally employ, but normally I have a heavy cruiser to do that with. Plasma torpedo means we're going to have to get closer. It's going to take longer. Not 100% sure how this is going to go. We are asking for a lot of trouble here. And we don't have a whole ton of shields to sort of handle this. To give you an idea of what we're dealing with in terms of range. So that'll go out to a range of about 25, I think. If I'm doing my math right. Probably doing it wrong. But we're going to sit at a range of about 20. And we're just going to sit there and tank the damage. And because it's going to take forever to do that, time warp. We need more energy to the shield. Okay, we can take that. Let's see how well a plasma torpedo does. Not quite in range. Okay, he can't punch through us while we're charging and sitting still. Let's see if we can hurt him at this range. I think the answer is no. Gotta get a little closer. The closer we get, the more accurate his phaser will get, and the more damage he will deal. Not ideal. Especially not for such a little ship like us. We really want to avoid being anywhere near those phaser 4s, and god darn. Reinforce the shield. Oh god. I don't think we can do it. Yeah, we can't. Actually, Okay, so we're gonna shut you off, turn you to normal, and reinforce this shield. Ow. I think that shield holds. I think. Okay, that hits. Shield doesn't hold though. We're out of here.
Yellow alert.
Ah, that's frustrating. Yeah, it's really kind of frustrating when you get a string of missions like this where you're just, there's no real answer that you got. That's one of the reasons why I avoid coming out here with just a frigate, but with the way we're getting jumped by heavy cruisers in the core, we've got to change something pretty soon, and it may just be worth incrementally upgrading to a slightly larger ship. Of course, this problem wouldn't really be there if we had a photon torpedo equipped ship. So, for once, getting a ship with more powerful weapons kind of screwed us over. Yeah, a little frustrating that. Also kind of frustrating that none of the other ships in the area sort of were around to help us out. Back down to normal game speed. And we'll get out of here. Patch the ship and maybe seriously start looking at replacing this for a light cruiser or something. With any luck, we'll make some cash for killing that defender. $304. So we can take that, head to a shipyard. We've got 1582. So what we got in the 1500 range? Base station. That's not useful to us at all. If we can survive one more mission with this, it's a patrol supply. We'll patch this up. And if we can survive one more mission, we should be able to get a heavy cruiser. That'll sort of balance everything out for us, at least as far as I can think of. Oh, okay. Free patrol? We were defeated, apparently. Interesting. Getting stuck in it with Klingons. A Galactic survey cruiser. Isn't she pretty? This is one of our big exploration ships that's designed to go out there for years at a time and investigate stuff. The Eminier. Don't know who that's named after. And apparently we're escorting the Hodgson, which I'm gonna guess is probably our tanker. But this is a beautiful ship. She's equipped with 3 drone launchers and 2 photon torpedoes. So that's pretty decent. And we're squaring off against
Probe away.
one of these little guys again. So we're going to overload the photon torpedoes. Buff up the forward reinforcement. We probably won't even make it into range with this guy, because this Galactic Survey Cruiser will kill everything for us. And we fought this type before. Oh, it's a refit too. Oh, I'm an idiot. There's no reason to overload because we don't have photon torpedoes. I always forget that. We'll speed up time. Try and get this mission over with. I am really eager to get myself a heavy cruiser, and if we get 300 prestige for this, a heavy cruiser will be ours. Alright, he's firing his photon torpedoes in proximity mode, which makes them pretty effective at long range. This guy's going to try and keep his speed up, but he's got to get trapped between us. Ooh, fighters! I didn't know Galactic Survey Cruisers had fighters on board. Fighters, as you can see, are much faster than my little shuttles when I tried to use them. They also equip heavy weapons, like missiles and photon torpedoes on their own. They're really nice, and I like them a lot, although I generally prefer more direct action ships. Oh, can we capture? Oops. So, he's got 3 Marines left on board. I've got 2 transporters that can put people on board at a time, which means his 3 Marines will kill, and it didn't matter, because the tanker took care of everything. But generally, if you want to capture a ship, you've got to achieve numerical superiority on board, and it can then take a little while. When the AI is fighting with you, that can become kind of difficult to capture things because of them. Only 104. Oh, I really want this cruiser. We will end this episode when we get that cruiser. So this hopefully will be the last mission. Deep space encounter. Speed up. Apparently this is an Orion ship. Crap. Okay. My plan. My plan is to cause a lot of damage really quickly and then run away. Where do all these Orion Pirate heavy cruisers keep coming from, though? That's my question. Wow, he's fast. Oh, he's a fighter carrier. Are you kidding me? Oh, I want to kill this guy, though. I really hate it when I lose access to weapons on one side. I don't want to get any closer than I absolutely have to. Now, I don't know how much damage those fighters will deal to me, but I reckon that it wouldn't be a pretty amount. About to find out, though. Phase of 3 skirmishers. They're equipped pretty well. And they burned up all of my... Ugh. That is so annoying.
More core.
What I need is one good run on this guy. If I can get a good run in on him, I can cause enough damage to annihilate him. Oh god, that hurt. That took out everything.
Engaging self-destruct.
Well, boys, it looks like we are not getting our heavy cruiser this mission. It's so frustrating. So very frustrating to be thrown up against that kind of firepower. Granted, I'm a little bit asking for it at this when I'm on the border, but normally I would expect to run into Klingon ships like this and not, well, heavy cruiser carriers. Well, unfortunately on that, unless I can sell it, can I just trade you in? Come on, I don't need you. A CLV, that would be a medium carrier. Would help us take on certain kinds of missions. 8 fighters. You know, I don't normally do this, but let's buy a carrier. The Argus. So we've transferred our flag to the Argus, and we will now be equipping fighters. I think we want Ravens. Oh, we have tier 2s. We don't have Raven 2s, but we've got Vulture 2s. Those are heavy bombers. So we will spend lavishly on granting us some pretty high-end weapons. So, that'll finish us up for now. This episode's been going on for a little bit, and I kind of want to keep them around the 20-minute to half-hour mark. So, join us next time, when we will be using the USS Argus, a light carrier, to try and see if we can't sort of claw back from this little bit of a hole we've got ourselves in with all these Orion cruisers coming after us. So, until next time, I've been Tirak. If you like what we're doing here, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.